I'm Owen Edstrom, the class of 2021 president. It is my honor to welcome you to the 141st Commencement program at the Cannon Falls High School. Here we are, ready to graduate. We have worked hard to get to this point, and we did not do it by ourselves. We owe a huge debt of gratitude to the following people. First, to our parents. Thank you for supporting us in more ways than it is possible to count. You helped us with homework, paid our class fees, and listened to our complaints. You came to our band and choir concerts, speech tournaments, cheered us on at sporting events, and chaperoned our school trips. Thank you for the values you have instilled in us, and for all the words of encouragement you have given us over the past 12 years. Next, to our teachers. Thank you for selflessly sharing your time, talent, and knowledge with us. You demanded excellence from us, set the bar high, and challenged us to live up to it. To our coaches and advisors, thank you for encouraging us to give our best effort, win or lose. We have learned how to work closely with others to achieve a common goal, and we had a lot of fun doing it. To our administration, counselor, school nurse, support staff, teacher aides, bus drivers, office, custodial, and lunchroom staff, we are grateful for your direction and guidance. Finally, to all my classmates whom I've shared many fond memories with, I hope that as we end this chapter of our lives, we are also ready to face a world that holds many opportunities for us. I wish you all the best. Good luck and congratulations, class of 2021. Now I'm pleased to introduce Crescent Hartle, who represents the class of 2021, to give one of our commencement speeches.
If you went back in time and told my shy first grade self that I would become an outgoing speechie who continuously puts herself in front of hundreds of people for fun, I would have told you that you were crazy. Flash forward a few years, and I am exactly the person my little sixth grade self never believed I would become. Over the years, we all break out of our shells. Some become rocking three-sport athletes and manage to excel in all of them, like Marcus Banks, who plays football, baseball, and basketball. Others become board scholars that continuously blow me away with the extent of their brain power, like Amelia Qualley or Isaiah Wildenberg. As we tried to figure out who we were, we watched each other grow up and made so many memories along the way. Like the time that we had Tide Pods before they were cool and before people started eating them. Long story short, we learned that if you stab a Tide Pod with a pencil, they explode. Pretty sure that was the same year that Loden Bell called himself Loaded Diaper in every game of Kahoot we played. Or when Anna Becker made every girl jealous of her wardrobe because she was the justice-wearing queen, and man, she rocked it. Throughout elementary school, we took many class trips together, including the well-known overnight trip of Eagle Bluff. Together, we explored nature, made paper, and conquered our fear of heights. Our true coordination shined through on the ropes course. However, for a few, clumsiness reigned supreme as our feet slipped through the netting. Cough, cough, Haley Nowinski. Another field trip memory is the time Pliscott took us to Lawrence Meats. Not only did it make some of us consider vegetarianism, like Maddie Hall, who is still a vegetarian to this day, but we had a ton of fun on the bus ride there and back. We clung to the seats, holding on for dear life, as Pliscott aimed the bus for the bumps and our tiny middle school bodies would be flung from the seats. He was in no way a professional driver, like the many that bussed us from school to sporting events, but he was very entertaining. Through the years, we joined clubs and athletics to try and figure out what we were interested in. For a while, I was on the softball team. After every away game, we went on the bus and would crawl over the seats and laugh until our stomachs hurt. I'm pretty sure our shenanigans are now the reason girls have to wait at the field and actually watch the game. When we weren't raising Cain for our coaches, we stirred up the community at Friday night football games. Football games were always the highlight of the fall, from our elementary days of playing football behind the bleachers, to this year when we all stood for the national anthem and were greeted with Travis Scott singing some sort of rap song instead. We also made some not-so-smart decisions that later would make for killer stories. Like the time back in sophomore year when the band and choir kids took a trip to Chicago. We stopped at Culver's to get lunch, and Ian decided to buy 3 pints of custard, knowing we would be on a hot bus for hours. Needless to say, Ian's ice cream tipped over and spilled all over the bus floor. I have never facepalmed so hard in my life, and I'm pretty sure I watched the only hair Mr. Legvold had left turn gray. I'm sure we were not only the reason for our teachers' stress, but our parents as well. We have put our parents through a lot to get us to this stage today. When I asked my mom how it feels to be the parent of a graduate, she didn't know how to respond. While holding back tears, she said that when she thinks of me, she still sees the 9-year-old girl playing dress-up with her best friend. It's hard for her to picture her little girl heading off to college, and I'm sure my mom isn't the only parent experiencing this feeling as well. Many people say college is where you find your lifelong friends. But looking around here today, I see friendships that will last a lifetime. It all took us a few years to truly find our friends, but in the end, we found the ones we really needed. If we have learned anything from this year, it's that we should never take anything for granted. I hope all of you look at life as optimistically as you can. See the glass half full rather than half empty. Remember to always keep an open heart and mind. Take a chance and step out of your comfort zone to find the things that you enjoy and make more memories that will last a lifetime. I will never forget my years here at Cannon Falls, and I hope that neither do any of you. At the home baseball game on Tuesday night, while watching our team crush 4 home runs, a man with a really funny-looking eagle hat sat next to me. He asked me a few questions about the team and the game and told me he was camping in town from Apple Valley. We watched the game for a while, and then he repeated his questions all over again. I was confused, but politely nodded and answered his questions. I think he sensed my confusion because then he explained to me that he had 3 aneurysms, one of which had burst, leaving him paralyzed, blind in one eye, and with no short-term memory. Yet again, I was confused. I had just watched this man walk up the bleachers and sit next to me, so he clearly wasn't paralyzed. Then he told me something I didn't know I needed to hear. He told me never quit. I am the happiest man in the world, even after everything I've been through. Ask yourself this before you go to bed tonight. What do you want to accomplish before you die? Do you really want to think about how much money you have or how nice your car is? Because if you do, then work for it. But let me tell you this. I wear funny hats because it makes people smile. I couldn't tell you what day it is, but I can tell you I'm the happiest man in the world. He reminded me to live my life to the fullest, and I think we should all remember the words of Steve, the man with the crazy hat. I have so much more left to say, but I struggled to find the right words. So instead, I decided to express myself in the way that I know best, music. So, class of 2021, I hope you enjoy the song I specifically wrote for you. In fact, it is so cleverly titled Class of 21. Dear class of 2021, it's crazy to think that our lives have just begun. The past 12 years have flown by. Now it's time to start a new chapter of our lives. Everybody says time flies when you're having fun. Now I'm looking back, thinking where have the past 12 years gone? Last time I checked, we were all just kindergartners, just running around the playground. It's crazy to think that now we're all college bound. It's time to say goodbye, but I wish you love and happiness. It's time to live our lives, and I wish you all the best. I hope you go through life with a big smile on your face. I will miss you every day, class of 21. It's time to take the next steps of our lives, but let's not forget one another. This small town allowed us to get to know each other, grow into the people we are now. It allowed us to get to know one another. It's time to say goodbye, but I wish you love and happiness. It's time to live our lives, and I wish you all the best. I hope you go through life with a big smile on your face. I will miss you every day, class of 21. The small town got a little lonely, but right now there's no place I'd rather be. Surrounded by my friends and family. This small town sometimes got a little lonely, but right now there's no place I'd rather be. Surrounded by my friends and family. Time to say goodbye, but I wish you love and happiness. It's time to live our lives, and I wish you all the best. I hope you go through life with a big smile on your face. I will miss you every day. We're finally graduating today, class of 21.
About 9 months ago, Isabel Freeberg, Bella Davison, and I were passing a soccer ball during warm-ups for a home game. We were freshly seniors. We had just opened the door to a new sensation of confidence and power. Except we looked at each other and then around at everybody else and could barely differentiate whether we were 7th graders or seniors on that field. For 6 years, the three of us, along with Lily Park, Emma Watson, Haley Nowinski, and Lexi Bannett, had walked onto that same field every fall. Maybe it was the nostalgia. Maybe it was because we actually are smaller than every other senior class, but we felt the need to ask some of the younger girls on the team if we looked like big, scary seniors. Serena, a 7th grader and new to the team, goes, "Scary? No, definitely not," which was not the answer we were hoping to hear. But it's okay. I've made my peace with that by now. We may not be the big, scary seniors we always thought we'd be by the time we put these robes on, but we have grown. I've had the privilege of attending schools in Rochester, Apple Valley, and lastly, Cannon Falls. And while I had a number of great experiences in the first 2 cities, none compare to the memories I've made since moving here in 7th grade. Many of the seniors here with us today have lived in Cannon Falls either their entire life or the majority of it, and don't know exactly how comforting a small school really is. I remember walking down the empty halls one day, passing Mr. Hodges, who said, "Hi, Aislinn," and feeling very baffled. I knew it was a small school in that everyone knew everyone, but I was surprised to discover that our principal, the head honcho, knew my name. I remember being so caught off guard that I was barely able to choke out a response. I don't know exactly why I was surprised. Maybe because I didn't know I was worth knowing at the time. But that's what this school does. It's small and friendly, allowing us to build relationships with not only our entire class, but also the faculty. In a small school like this, the people make you feel like you're worth knowing. In 6th grade, I wrote an essay about Maya Angelou. I discovered a quote of hers that has stuck with me since then. They are the words I live by. I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. I have plenty of quotes stashed in my notes app on my phone, but this one isn't there. Instead, it's engraved in my brain, nagging at my every thought. I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. I will never forget the time Brianna Johnson first messaged me on Instagram, a welcome to Cannon Falls before I even started my first day of school here. Christina Lincoln, my locker neighbor in 8th grade, greeted me with a gleaming smile and a cheerful good morning at the start of every day. There wasn't a single day of 8th grade where I started the day with a bad attitude because of her. I think many of us are beyond grateful for Isaiah Wildenberg, who sacrifices himself answering the tough questions in class when we all go silent. Our defining moments are really how we make each other feel. We are a culmination of the people we meet. As each of us drags in another stranger throughout our lifetime, we selectively absorb the pieces we like to better ourselves with and become the person we've sought to become. Before coming to Cannon Falls, I was shy, unambitious, and comfortable. But as I grew to know my new classmates, I started to break off pieces of their personality to add to my own. From Belle Freeberg, I took a piece that created a spontaneous craving for adventure, which made me feel confident and alive and scared all at once. I've learned to stick with my beliefs and values like my life depends on it, a piece I took from Micaiah Harris and Sierra Banks. We've always been prepared to learn things from our teachers, math, reading, science, yet we've come out with much more than we bargained for. Mrs. Winjet showed us how to find incredible details and messages within a text. She called it looking with our senior eyes. But what she really did was train us to put on the same brilliant purple glasses she wears every day. Mr. Fogarty helped me realize that my race is an important part of me. He encouraged me to realize my full potential, whether it was in AP Comp, speech, or the lantern. AP Calculus would have been impossible without the sporadic pep talks of Mr. Quinlan. Piece by piece, we have been stealing from others until we become the best version of ourselves. I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. 6 years with the people of Cannon Falls High School, and I feel my growth. I've had the honor of knowing each and every graduate sitting here today, and if someone asked me to walk down the rows and tell them a little something about each one, it would be easy. I could tell them about the time Dylan Anderson crashed his motorcycle, that Maggie plays golf, that Michaela Blair works at Cannon Kids, that Hayden Otto has had more injuries than I can count, and that Connor Selmanson plays the flute. That doesn't really tell you much about my classmates, though. I'd rather tell you about how Dylan's our class clown and the countless times he's cushioned an unbearable day with a good laugh. Or how dedicated Maggie is to her golfing career, and how even before she was team captain, she was teaching me how to improve my shoddy game. Michaela Blair doesn't just work at Cannon Kids, she's become a lifeline for me and our coworkers. Hayden Otto, no matter how many times he's been knocked down, admirably begs to get right back on the soccer field. Connor Selmanson is a very well-rounded in everything musical. I remember the first time hearing him sing, really belt it out. It was phenomenal. When I look at my classmates, I don't just see their faces. I feel the effect they've had on me. I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Right now, I feel a whirlwind of emotions, nervous yet prepared, nostalgic yet excited for the future. But most of all, I feel grateful. Grateful to be here with all of these remarkable students, faculty, and parents.
Great job, Aislinn. That's going to be a hard one to follow. Good evening. I'm Jeff Sampson, the Superintendent of Schools for the Cannon Falls Area Schools. On behalf of the staff at Cannon Falls Area Schools and the graduates of the 2021 class, I want to welcome you all to our annual commencement ceremony. To the class of 2021, we are all very proud of you. We are all proud of your dedication and resiliency, especially over the past year and a half. I have participated in a number of graduations over the years, but each time the excitement of where you go, what you will see, and what you will learn makes each of us on this stage excited as well. Parents, grandparents, teachers, administrators, and this entire community have all contributed to your success. Remember that you have the power to do great and different things. We are proud of each and every one of you, and we share your happiness this evening. I wish I could tell you it's going to be easy, but as you know from this year, it's not. You're going to face some bumps in the road, but I can also tell you that life beyond high school has great experiences. It will be very exciting with new opportunities to explore. Find your passion. It goes so fast, and it'll be done before you know it. Take advantage of the skills you've learned, combine them with your talents and abilities, and create a life that makes the world a better place, both for you and the rest of us. Again, welcome to all of you, and thank you for coming. With that, I formally present to you the class of 2021. I will now introduce the principal of Cannon Falls High School, Mr. Tim Hodges.
Superintendent Sampson and school board members, as the high school principal, I certify that these seniors have met the state of Minnesota and local district requirements to receive their diploma from Cannon Falls High School. At this time, Superintendent Sampson will present diplomas. Dylan Ray Anderson. Ethan Timothy Anderson. Mason Richard Anderson Rosebear. Margaret Mary Barr. Lexi Victoria Bannett. Marcus Eldridge Banks. Sierra K. Banks. Nora Sue Barnes, board scholar. Kenna Ray Bartell. Gracie Lynn Batchelder. Annabella Caroline Becker. Loden Gunnar Bell. Allie Diane Benson. Katya Christina Black. Michaela Paige Blair Fogel. Louis Angel Boone. Michaela Rose Bowen, board scholar. Emily Jean Burr. Michael James Carpenter. Evelyn Lois Collier. Devin Michael Connor. Grant Harold Corson. Isabella Sophia Davison. Camden Joseph Dickey. David Donald Doctor. Elena Frances Domeyer. Wesley Joel Dubin. Wyatt James Dubin. Owen Mitchell Edstrom, Board Scholar. Carter Allen Ekstrom. Jenna Marie Fox. Jacob Randall Frazier. Isabel Mary Freeberg. Gracie Eve Freemow. Nathaniel Richard Garrett. Madison Rose Hall. Cassidy Marie Hamilton. Nathaniel Aaron Harmson. Micaiah Daniel Harris. Crescent Elise Hartle. Rebecca Ann Hine. Cole Anthony Helgren. Haley Lynn Helgren. Lucas Joseph Arlen Hoffman. Matthew Thomas Hoffman. Colton John Hibsch. Gavin Thomas Hunnicky. Bruno Robert Jarvie. Ashley Lynn Johnson. Brianna Lynn Johnston, Board Scholar. Matthew John Kalal. Wyatt David Clavon. Carson James Cronenberger. Ashley Rose Langfeld. Harley Navai Haola Ika Molia. Lewis. Got the hard part and missed the easy part. Christina Marion Lincoln. Emma Ray Luwaji, Board Scholar. Jordan Alexander Myatt. Christopher Allen Mackey. Jacob Ronald McAdam. Jared Francis McAdam. Mitchell Jesse McManus. Luis Carlos Mendeville. Lindsay Danielle Meest. Riley Willard Miller. Noah James Mulhausen. Haley Marie Nowinski. Lindsay Faith Niehaus. Sydney Paige Niehaus. Braden Darren Otto. Hayden Nicholas Otto. Lily Lou Park. Amelia Ryan Qualley, Board Scholar. Adam Christopher Rapp. Ruby Louise Reardon. Ryan Scott Regenscheid. Michael Paul Rickey. Brooke Jean Robinson. Eric Michael Rohde. Serenity Marie Rose. Daniel Aaron Safe. Connor Jonas Ralph Salmonson. Ian Kenneth Finn Saudy. Cameron Elizabeth Schrader. Ethan Reed Schroeder. Devin Alexander Sexton. Emma Rosalind Shapersky. Trenton Lyle Shear. Sydney Lee Specht. Michael David Steinable. Gavin Christopher Stodden. Aislinn Marie Tim. Brian Clayton Thorburn. William Jeffrey Tipton. Casey Marie Votz, Board Scholar. Hayden Alexander Van Zylen. Emma Christine Watson. Isaiah Christian Wildenberg, Board Scholar. Emily Joy Wojan. John Fei Wu. Graduates, please rise. You can move your tassel from right to the left. And I am proud to present the graduates of the class of 2021. Parents, friends, and families, please greet your graduate in the atrium after the ceremony.